All right, it is April the 16th, Thursday. I got your workout for you today. We are kind of switching things up a little bit. We're in the backyard instead of the front yard. Also, we are not going to do our traditional flights of exercises that we go through 2 or 3 times and then move to another one. We're going to do a cycle of exercises. We're going to go through it, I would say 3 to 4 times, try to get through this. As far as our rep range, I like 10 to 12. If you grab the band and it's a little too light for you, go to 16, go to 20. It's not going to kill you. Just adjust for the next time. So the first exercise in our cycle, we're going to get ourselves warmed up. I want to go 30 seconds in each direction. We'll go frontwards and backwards, and then we're going to go sideways to the right and sideways to the left. That way, if you have limited space, you can just go back and forth, front and back, for a full minute, and you'll get 30 seconds of each. And that is a bear crawl. On my bear crawls, I like to focus on having the super flat back and keeping my knees super low to the ground. We always move the opposite arm and leg at the same time. So we're going to start out going forward, left arm, right leg, boom. We're staying low, right arm, left leg, boom. And now to go back, we're just going to do the opposite. Right arm, left leg, boom. You're going to go backwards, opposite arm, opposite leg, keeping the knees nice and low to the ground, keeping my back nice and strong, trying to keep my hips square and steady as I move forward and backwards. Sideways is going to be the same thing. Now, this is a bit of a thinker. You're going to want to think about this a little bit as you start. If we are going to the left, that means we're going to move our right arm first and our left leg. So we're going to get this nice stance. You want to make sure you're not taking too big of steps with your feet. Otherwise, you're going to do a banana and then instead of side to side. So we go with our right arm and left leg, like so, and now we're moving sideways, sideways, and then we're going to go back. We're going to go the other way. I need this leg, I got to stop over here. Sideways, sideways, sideways. 30 seconds in each direction, or do a back and forth for a full minute. Go frontwards and backwards, and then do sideways. Now, for our exercises, our resistance exercises, there are 6. There are 3 positions. There is a push and a pull for each position. We've got our anchor. It's about knee height, give or take. For our first set of exercises, we are still in the bear position. I want to back up so that my band is directly behind me. I will grab a red one for this. Now, when they are cinched like this, know that you can grab just one end. You're going to get a little bit lighter resistance at the beginning. Play with it. It's kind of fun. All right, so I'm in my bear position like this. Now, with a lot of these positions, moving the band is just as important as not moving your body. So I really want to focus on stability. I'm strong with my off arm, the one that's holding onto the ground. My legs are strong, my knees are right to the ground. What I'm going to do is just push it forward. I'm going to push it forward, trying to stay as flat and stable as possible. We're looking for 8 to 12 reps of those. If you get a little bit too far away, if you get a little too close, you do fewer. Just adjust for the next time. It's not a big deal. Now, for the next exercise, we're going to go with the opposite. Come over here so you can see what's going on. I'm going to want to back up. I know I may be out of the frame. I want to back up so that I have a little tension to start with. And again, I'm pulling. All right. I need to get a little bit further back to get a little more tension on this extension. But you get the idea. We're pulling straight back. So we're going to do the push with each arm. Then we're going to do the pull with each arm. We're going to move on to our next position, which is a hollow body position. Again, moving the band is equally important to not moving your body in this position. We want strong core for this, especially. We're going to have to really squeeze those obliques to keep them twisting, turning, and moving side to side. I want to get pretty far away from the band here. I'm going to go lighter band because I want a big range of motion. Let me get untangled. There we are. So I'm sideways to the band. I'm going to get into my hollow body position, doing hollow flies. Trying to keep a straight elbow, hinge at the shoulder, move that band up and across. Lead with your elbow. Think of leading with your elbow as you move it up and across. Come this way so you can see a little different angle, up and across. Now for the next exercise, after you do both sides of the hollow body fly, that sun is strong, this hurts. What I want you to do is pull it towards you, reach across, and grab it in the middle, again with this close arm. And you feel free to play with the angle here. If you want to angle your feet towards the band, if you want to be sideways, switch it up as you go through, not a problem. Play with this, because what we're going to do is we're going to pull it. We're going to draw our elbow into our side. We're going to try to bring our wrist to our core there. We're really squeezing, staying stable so that we don't move side to side. We're not going to bend. We're not going to twist. Not moving your body, just as important as moving the band. So we started with our bear, we did the push, we did the pull, and we moved on to the hollow body where we did a fly, which is kind of a front and pushing exercise, and then we moved on to our pull, which is going to get those delts in the back and work the biceps as well. Now for our next exercise, we are sitting, we are doing a traditional push and pull. You feel free to do single-sided if you want. I'm going to go ahead and do them double-sided. Now again, I think you're going to be surprised by how much resistance some of these bands give you when you do not have a bench, when you yourself have to provide the stability to create a situation where your body does not move equally as important as the band's moving. I'm going to sit with my back to the anchor. Got my hands in front of me. I went ahead and wrapped the band around me for this. I'm going to push straight out. I'm squeezing in my core, staying up and tall. I'm not leaning forward. Let me move side to side here. I don't want to lean forward and backwards with this. I want to sit up straight, tall, push it straight out. Squeeze at the core so that your chest stays up, the band goes out, you go nowhere. For the next exercise, we're going to spin it around. We're going to do a pull. We're seated, got our knees bent, we're nice and stable. I'm going to go ahead and reach up here. I'm grabbing, I'm sitting tall, not leaning back, not leaning into the knees. I found this tall position. Try to be 90 degrees to the ground and pull it. Pull it. Let me give a different angle from over here. Back is straight up and down. Try to be 90 degrees to the ground, reaching, pulling. Draw your arms to your chest. As you puff your chest out, you squeeze your abs. Your lower back is strong. We don't want to sway with the band. We're not pulling. We're not rowing. We are pulling the band, squeezing our core, maintaining perfect stability. So we're going to go through all 6 of those exercises, 3 positions, the bear, the hollow, seated. We're doing a push and a pull from each. The hollow is a fly, but it's close enough. And when we're done with that, we're going to finish up with 1 minute of mountain climbers. Now I want to stress a few things on the mountain climbers. The hips have got to stay down. I wore a baggy shirt on purpose because I love baggy shirts, and also because when I'm doing the mountain climbers, especially if I'm doing them for speed, you'll see a lot of people's hips come up like this, and the shirt starts to shimmy down your back. If you feel that happening, it means your hips are too tall. You got to get them down. Get the hips down. You want to squeeze the knees nice and high. You feel free to go slow, go fast. The important part is that the hips stay down. We squeeze the knees up. Tap your toes if you like. Don't tap them if you don't want to. It really doesn't make a lot of difference if your hips are down and you're squeezing your knees up towards your elbows with your core. 1 minute of those. Switch up the speed, switch it up if you like. As you go through, you can feel free to do spiders where you bring your knee up nice and high and wide, but you still got to keep those hips down. You can crisscross this way, but you've got to keep the hips down and squeeze with the core. You feel free to mix those in. 1 minute of mountain climbers. If you can't do the full minute, do 30 seconds. Rest for 10, do another 15 seconds, and rest for 5. You know, whatever, try to get as much work in as you can for 1 minute each time you go through. So, we're bear crawling, side to side and front to back, 30 seconds each. Set your clock for a minute, go frontwards and backwards, and then sideways if you're limited on space. Then we're gonna do the bear position again, where we are pushing, and then we are pulling. We're gonna push with each arm, and then we're gonna pull with each arm. We're gonna do the same thing with the hollow. We're gonna do the fly with each arm, then we're gonna do the pull with each arm. Then the next one is a seated position where it's a simple push and a simple pull. But remember, for all 3 exercises, the focus, all 6 exercises in all 3 positions, the focus on not moving your body is just as important as the focus on moving the bands. We're going to finish up with a minute of mountain climbers, work that shoulder stability, get that core activated, and then go right through that cycle again. Try to get 3 to 4 of them for a great workout. Hope you enjoy it.